For a long time, I believed motivation was the missing ingredient in my life. I thought if I could just find the right words, the right speaker, or the right book, I'd finally unlock the drive to change everything. Motivation always felt like the answer, the spark that would ignite a new chapter. I'd chase after it, hoping it would stick. I'd leave a seminar fired up, my mind buzzing with possibilities, convinced that this time, things would be different. I'd fill notebooks with plans and promises to myself, feeling unstoppable in that moment. Surrounded by like-minded people, the energy was contagious. I truly believed I'd finally change, but as soon as I returned home, everything shifted. The excitement faded as I stepped back into familiar rooms, surrounded by the same people and routines. The walls seemed to whisper old stories, and the comfort of the known quietly pulled me back. That fire I felt just hours before began to flicker and die out. My goals, which felt so close and attainable, suddenly seemed distant and out of reach. Old habits crept back in, almost without me noticing. I'd sit on my bed, frustrated, wondering why I couldn't hold on to that inspiration. I blamed my own willpower, thinking maybe I just wasn't strong enough. For years I repeated this cycle, brief bursts of inspiration, followed by a slow, almost invisible return to the old me. Days would blur together, each one looking much like the last. I'd watch myself fall back into the same routines, feeling powerless to break free, and the guilt would build. Then, one day, it hit me. I realized it wasn't my willpower that was weak. It wasn't that I lacked discipline or desire. The problem was something deeper, something I hadn't even considered. It was my environment holding me back. The spaces I lived in, the people I saw every day, the routines I followed, they all kept me anchored to my old self. No matter how much I wanted to change, my surroundings made it almost impossible. You can't grow a new self in the same soil that grew the old one. Just like a plant can't thrive in barren ground, we can't expect to transform if we never change the environment that shaped us. If your surroundings support your old habits, you'll always become your old self. Real change starts with changing the world around you, shifting your environment so it nurtures the person you want to become, not the person you've always been. In my 20s I had great friends, kind, loyal, supportive, but our dreams were small. We talked about safe jobs, not big ambitions. My secret dreams felt out of place, so I kept them hidden. The comfort of our friendship became a cage, limiting what I believed was possible. They didn't hold me back on purpose, their own limits shaped our world. To let my dreams breathe, I needed to be around people who saw a bigger future. Sometimes growth means finding a new circle that challenges you to dream bigger. Emotions and habits are contagious. This is social contagion. Spend time with complainers, you'll complain. Spend time with learners, you'll grow. It's like being a white shirt in a load of colored laundry. You absorb what's around you. Your social circle silently shapes your mindset, standards, and identity. The people closest to you are the biggest influence on your future self. Ask yourself, are you catching ambition and positivity, or apathy and limitation? Choose your circle wisely. Your future depends on it. Most of us like to believe that our daily habits are a direct result of our own choices and willpower. But in reality, the environment you live and work in has a far greater influence on your behavior than you might realize. The spaces you occupy, the people you interact with, and even the subtle cues around you are constantly shaping your actions, often without you noticing. Think about it. If everyone around you at work grabs fast food for lunch, or if your friends always order pizza when you hang out, it becomes incredibly difficult to make a different choice. The social pressure and convenience of following the group can override your best intentions, making it feel almost impossible to stick to healthier habits. The same goes for how you spend your free time. If your friends gather to watch TV every evening, you'll likely find yourself joining in, even if you'd planned to read or exercise. Our brains are wired to seek connection and comfort, and that often means mirroring the behaviors of those around us. Your surroundings create what's called the path of least resistance. Just like a well-worn trail through grass, your environment makes certain actions easier and more automatic. Your brain naturally follows these paths, conserving energy by choosing what feels most accessible and familiar. Over time, these small, repeated actions, like making coffee every morning or lacing up your shoes for a run, start to define who you are. They become part of your identity, not because you consciously chose them every day, but because your environment made them the default. So, if you want to change your life, it's not enough to just focus on willpower or motivation. you need to look at the system around you. Rearranging your space, changing your routines, or even spending time with different people can make new habits feel natural instead of forced. Remember, you're not just battling your old habits, you're also up against the expectations, routines, and social norms that your environment reinforces every day. It takes courage to step outside of what's familiar and to challenge the status quo. So if you truly want to change, ask yourself, does my environment make it easy to be the person I want to become? The answer to that question could be the key to lasting transformation. Willpower fades, but your environment is always there. Trying to change with willpower alone is like holding a beach ball underwater. It works until you get tired. The real force is the current around you, your environment. Instead of fighting the rain, find an umbrella. Instead of fighting your old habits, change your surroundings. Make good habits easy and bad habits hard. Don't just try to be stronger. Change the conditions so you don't have to fight so hard. Upgrade your environment, and you'll need less willpower to succeed. So, how do you start making real, lasting changes in your life? The answer is simpler than you might think. It all begins with a single intentional step, a commitment to upgrade your environment, not just your habits. Imagine giving yourself a fresh start, a reset button, over the course of just 1 week. Begin with a 7-day environment upgrade. For the next week, treat your surroundings as a project. Each day you'll focus on a different aspect of your environment, making small but meaningful changes that set you up for success. Each day, pick one area to upgrade: your friendships, your digital feeds, the books and media you consume, or even your daily routines. Maybe on Monday, you reach out to a friend who lifts you up. On Tuesday, you unfollow accounts that drain your energy. Wednesday could be about reorganizing your reading list or setting a new morning ritual. Spend more time with people who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, and who make you feel seen. Curate your social media so it reflects your values and aspirations, not just what's popular or trending. Set boundaries that protect your focus and energy. This might mean saying no to distractions, turning off notifications, or carving out quiet time for yourself. Remember, boundaries aren't about shutting people out, they're about making space for what matters most. Make small, intentional changes that add up over time. Even something as simple as adding a plant to your desk or making your bed each morning can shift your mindset and set a positive tone for the day. Your environment is either helping you grow or holding you back. There's no neutral ground. Every object, every person, every habit in your space is either fueling your progress or quietly sabotaging it. You don't need more willpower. You need a place where your best self is the default. When your environment supports your goals, making good choices becomes effortless, almost automatic. So, take the next 7 days to build an environment where you can truly thrive. With each small upgrade, you're not just changing your space, you're changing your future.